We've obviously, as you notice, we've now moved it onto the lift, making it a lot easier for us to work on. We're going to continue with doing the rest of the welding. I'm going to make a top hat section piece to go in here, so I'll weld straight onto the A-pillar to retain the strength. Weld it on the inside, continue some stitch welds and various bits and pieces in. Weld the inner panel piece on and prime it, and then literally give it another coat of paint and it'll be finished.
Oh, John!
Right, so today I'm concentrating on getting the boot panel back in. Just got to put this strap back in, then the boot panel's going on, it's got to be spot welded in, and then I'll be able to move on to another part of the body. Stage where I'm starting to put the boot lid in. I've got to tack it in the corners, position it, and then I've got to spot weld it from the top and underneath, and then we're done.
So the lads have done quite a bit on the sills so far. There's still plenty more to chase through. There's a good couple of holes. The bits underneath the driver's door have been done. The last little bit to do is just underneath the passenger door on the driver's side. There's a good sized hole still here that needs to be patched, but luckily our fabricators are just going to cut this out and put a new plate in place, probably all the way around to the bottom because it's looking a bit crusty on the bottom. But that's one of the tasks that they've got left to do tomorrow. But one of the successes that they've had is we now have a boot floor, and we've got the whole new A-pillar bottom in the wheel arch has been put in. We're a little bit, the vehicle's a little bit too high up for us to show you, but there is the A-pillar up the top there has had all of its patchwork done. There's now just a tiny little bit inside the wheel arch that needs doing where the door meets the wheel arch. And the big success is that we have a boot floor. The boot floor is all completely finished and patched in. Welded in, and all the extra bits, bracing bits that we wanted to put in are now in place, because what we're planning on using this vehicle for is as a media vehicle. So the guys that have been filming the documentary all the way along, this is going to be their chariot. So what we need to do in order to achieve that is they're going to need to be carrying a lot of extra camera equipment, batteries, that sort of thing, and we realised that because we're leaving their back seats out because they don't need to carry passengers, they need to carry a lot more equipment. We're actually going to put a fridge into this vehicle, so what we decided to do ahead of time was just brace the floor a little bit more, just so that the extra weight of that fridge when we are off-roading isn't going to start slamming through the boot floor panel. Not that it would anyway, but it's just nicer to have a little bit of extra bracing in there as opposed to the standard, given that we cut it all out and put it all back in. We just thought a little bit of extra strength might do well.
Right, so we had another patch of rust here, which I've cut out, and now I'm just preparing a plate to go over that. I need to trim down here, get to the right size. That's going to be welded on, and then this should be as solid as new again. So we've got another hole in the footwell of the green Land Rover. So I've just measured how big the hole is. I've currently marked it out on this plate, obviously giving about ½ inch each dimension to weld onto. I'm just cutting that out and I'm going to weld it in when it's all ready for me.
We've now also got to make up some brackets, like some bracing brackets, which come back up onto the body shell itself. In doing so, we've cut out the old bracket, and I'm using that as like a bit of a pattern, a template to make the new bracket with. I'm just starting to deburr and clean up the piece of metal so I can mark it out and then proceed with getting all the measurements right to make up this new piece of panel. Like this, we use a little thing called a folding brake, or sometimes it's known as a sheet metal folder. You place the piece of material in up to the marks that you would have made on the material where you want to bend it. Place it in, adjust on the back and on the front to get it absolutely where you want the line to be. Then, once you then put it in position, you can clamp it down by the end, and you can then fold up the thing. Obviously the piece of sheet metal will be out here, so you can fold that up to where you want it to. And you can dial that in any increment, pretty much degrees of obviously where it's. One thing that you have to be aware of when you're doing it is sometimes there's a bend sequence. So if you had a certain bend, you might not be able to get that in once you've done the other bends. So you have to try and work out a fold sequence then to get the actual bend, so then they all work together, so then you get a completed panel, which obviously looks like that. Here's a prefabricated sill for another type of vehicle, and here's obviously one that we've made as a patch repair, which is pretty much exactly the same. Now, using a combination of both of these, I'll be able to patch the sill in the relevant places where it's rotten on the vehicle that we've actually got. I'm just going to show you where they are. So on the vehicle, we can see it's quite rotten all along the bottom. And you can see carefully also see we've put another patch in from the other side. So now this will get cut out and we'll mount on the new piece. Because I've only got a limited length width on the actual folder that we've actually got, that's the maximum size that I can only make the panels for. It doesn't matter because we can weld it up in the middle to get it to fit. As you can see now, we've cut out the majority of the brush so far down. What I'm going to do is plate all that back in, and then I'll then proceed to the next piece, so it's like a relay. So I just want to keep the majority of the structure into the sill and keep the majority of the strength there. So this piece, once it's been finished being fabricated, will get welded up in there, and then the following piece will go over the top of that and then marry into that. I've completed a load of the welding here, got a load of the other welding in, and then we've continued and then welded all the rest of that up to get all the rest of the new sill and sill repair patch panel.
Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at VIA Charity.